What up, crypto lovers and enthusiasts? We are in buy the dip territory. We're gonna look at charts today to basically show you that we are. Although today is kind of a red day, we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at what's going on around the markets, not just Bitcoin, but also the other markets, because as you know, or maybe not, everything is interconnected. So we have to know what's going on in other markets to get an idea of what could possibly go on in the short term. But I am pretty convinced that we are in the beginnings of a bull market, okay, and we are definitely in buy the dip territory. All right, so without further ado, let's do this. Let's take a quick look at CoinMarketCap. Let's look at the numbers there are as of this today of making this video. Market cap at $1.41 trillion. And just so you get an idea, this could, in my opinion, can go anywhere from 10 to 12 trillion dollars at the height of the next bull run. There is so much money that's going to come into this space, guys, and we are still so early. We are still so early. Bitcoin right now 36,881. Okay, fear and greed index has been right here in the 70s, 76, 70, 74, 77 for days, I think maybe even weeks now at this point. So that's pretty interesting. It could stay like that for a little while though. At some point there will be pullbacks, guys, but pullbacks are natural. This most recent one, I'm sure people are starting to be like, okay, once they get out of this area of resistance, of support at 35,712, people are like, oh my god. But I mean, if you just take a look without being crazy or getting like too worked up, you'll see that it really didn't even break structure. Okay, it was essentially a fake out. For now it looks like a fake out because we were clearly back in yesterday on the 15th. It went way back up here, almost to the top of this box right here, which is at 38,117, almost to the top. We almost breached 38,000. We didn't quite get there from what I can see based on this Bitstamp feed. All right, and today we've given a bunch back, okay, but it's still not all the way down here, right? And so far there is a wick. We'll see what happens with the rest of the day, but pretty interesting. Another thing to note, tomorrow will be the last opportunity for an ETF to be approved. If not, then probably have to wait until January 10th or around that time, January 10th of 2024, or around that time to see an ETF approval. The pundits, the people that look at ETFs and are specialists at this, they say there's like a 90% chance of there being an approval. So I mean, right now it's just positioning yourself, finding good projects, positioning yourself within them, using the strategy of dollar cost average so that you can be well prepared for when this thing takes off. And eventually it's gonna take off, all right? It's just a matter of time, but that's good because time is on our side, okay? So we'll be able to position ourselves if we haven't already. Those that have already positioned themselves, you know, during this time are really happy right now. And that's when I really started buying in earnest, down here, and then up here. Lucky. I think maybe up here too, started to, yeah. So like from here down and then back up. And I have now the majority of my positions were already placed here, and I have added here as well. All right, because there's always going to be opportunities. Things like what happened yesterday with Uno Re. For the longest time, although I was down in my position, I wasn't down as much as that hack, right? The hack price, which was at all-time lows. Right, even up here, there's gonna be opportunities. Up here, there'll be opportunities. You just gotta be watching the markets. You gotta be watching tokens. You gotta have your watch list here, right? Your watch list here with all your different coins. I call mine the winner circle, you know, so you can see what's going on in the last hour, what's gone up, what's gone down, right? In the last 7 days, what's gone up, what's gone down. Crypto tanks, Uno Re. Right, and then you look, okay, well, why? What's going on? And that's when you go to your trading view and you take a look. You add your tokens here, okay. But now let's look at BTC and what could happen. So buy the dip, right? Few days of dropping. Hopefully people bought here when everyone was getting scared. I know I did. And then boom, look at that nice next day. You're probably in the money on some of those buys, right? And then today, you're probably out of the money on some of those buys. Well, not really, because if you bought down here and this did this, you're still up, just not as much. So maybe you could layer in some more here, you know, again, by the dip. At some point, it's going to come back up. I think maybe we are oscillating like this. Boom, boom. This is great right here. This rejection, this fake out basically means that there is strength here. People are buying this thing. People are positioning themselves. People are awaiting an ETF, even if it doesn't come on the 17th. And maybe you know, we do come back down here again and test again, because tomorrow is the last day, and then there's no ETF approval. People are going to be upset, and they're gonna sell. They're gonna sell, because right now a lot of short-term holders have entered the market again. I've seen evidence of that, and so short-term holders really don't have that much conviction like long-term holders do. Long-term holders are people that hold crypto Bitcoin for longer than 155 days. Okay, and so these short-term holders could be selling, you know, just scared, just what they do. That's in their nature, right? They don't have much conviction, so it could cause the price to drop some, but people are going to step in and buy. People are going to step in and buy, and it's going to cause the price to go up again. So we could just be oscillating here for the rest of November. We'll see what happens. There could be some news events that a catalyst. All right, a catalyst is always needed for it to go up or down. But right now, again, my bias is still towards the upside, as I've maintained. We are in by the dip territory. Let's look at the dollar. Okay, after this nice drop, here we are right here. Maybe we base out here before we try to go up again, or we start going back down to what is this? 102.92. All right. So this could have been the local highs. I don't know if we come back up. I mean, barring a black swan. Oil keeps going down. All right, last 3 days it keeps going down. So let's see. Maybe we're gonna head back down here. Be a big what? Maybe, or maybe we do try to come back up here and maybe do a head and shoulders, which would be very, very bearish for oil. All right, BTC dominance. So as I made mention, we dropped back in here, right, in this area of what looks like support, which is an area where we covered right here, because there was a gap. All right, so it's basically just a gap. That's why I made mention of this. It was finally covered. We went up, we came back down, we tested it. Now we're back up. Tested it as an area of support now, which it seems like it did. And now we went back up, and now we're kind of coming back down. But are we going to come back down here? I don't know. Time will tell. If it does, it's an opportunity, guys. Buy the dip. All right, let's look at gold. Gold coming back up. Interesting, right? Do we come back up here? It looks kind of looks pretty bullish to me, honestly. So maybe we do come back up here to these levels to see if we can finally break on through to that other side. It's a doors reference. I don't know if you guys know who the doors are. Dow Jones looking good these last days. There are worrisome little, actually that was covered, worrisome little gaps, right, that might eventually come covered. So I mean, maybe that does come back here, but that would be kind of weird. But we'll see. Maybe here, but it's been nice. Dow Jones, although it's kind of a red day today. Nasdaq, look at this, broke past this, and it's not at all-time highs. I think the all-time highs were here, right? November 2021. Drop, came back up, and now we're threatening to go back to all-time highs, guys. That's good. That's positive. The S&P 500 as well. Big gap right here. Do we lose this again? Break it. There's gaps here. There's gaps here. So I mean, hey, we'll see. Similar to the Dow Jones, but I mean, these markets have been moving, and this is what we want to see here, right? After yesterday, green day, right back down, gave all those games right back. Yeah. Oh, this is the government bond 2-year yield. Okay, so that's good. I think it is turning over. And that's positive. 10-year yield, same thing. After a green up, we couldn't break past through this level of 4.56%. Came right back down. That's positive. BTC dominance. Okay, gave that green day yesterday, right back. And total market cap. Excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, just the altcoins, right? Boom. Look at that. Although today is kind of a red day, wick up and down, so there is kind of like a balance between the bears and the bulls, right? That struggle is kind of like right in the middle. We are tied if this was a game, right? So let's see which direction it goes, and if it continues to go up, or maybe we continue to test this area before moving on up. But this is nice. This is really good to see, guys. This is really good to see, just so you can see it kind of bigger. We were in this gap. We were in this for a while, right? As I've made mention before in my previous videos, and now we're out of it. Let's see if we can hold it. We do at least this and then come up instead of coming back down. Why I don't think we'll kind of come back down is because we are in a different part of the market. All right, a different part. We are in a bull, the beginnings of a bull. How I see it in the market, and back here we were still in the bear. Okay, All right, so when you're in a bear, obviously the bias should be towards the downside. When you're in a bull, the bias should be towards the upside. Are you going to get it right every time? No, but more times than not, you will. All right, USDT, which is good. Generally, if it goes down, it's generally positive. So far, it looks like we are heading down here. That'd be cool, to the bottom of this channel, which is great. Who knows what happens after that? Who knows if we even get there? But right now, it seems like we probably will. Although after a big red day yesterday, we are moving up a little bit, but not going all the way. All right, so now let's look at the altcoins after we saw all the markets, all the important markets for Bitcoin. All right, things that we should look at. VeChain is one from the old guard, one of my older holdings, and we are basically here, right? Going on this ascending channel. All right, slowly moving up. I think VeChain could get to $1 this at the height of the bull run. So I mean, at 2 cents, not bad at all. Are we heading back down towards this to test, or maybe we test up here, this area of resistance right now, currently at 0.022. All right, or if we went back down today towards this ascending line, which it seems that we have been testing and going up in and up over it and underneath it and staying near it. So at some point, maybe we do come back and test it. You know, in the coming days, it could be anywhere from 0.019, under 2 cents, and it'll keep going up every day. All right, but under 2 cents, it would be not bad because we're touching this, and maybe it drops down a little bit, 1.8, come back up. But still, not bad if you believe, like I do, that this will come to $1. This is not bad if you're looking for a good mid cap. This is not bad at all. Trias. Okay, building a base, very nice. Last 2 days we've gone up. Today we're giving some of those gains back, but still not bad. I think we're heading to we're gonna try to head to $5. Yeah, $5.05, $5.04. Okay, right now it's at $4.23. And so base right here above 384, right? And you can buy it cheaper. You can buy it under $4 still at MEXC on Trias. All right, so I mean that's pretty cool. Veracity, after a nice day yesterday, similar to Trias, after a nice day yesterday, up, right? Because the previous days we dropped below this area of support at 0.0076, and now we're at 0.0078. Let's see if we can stay here above, build a base so we can continue to go back up to towards that penny mark, all right? Trying to eat healthy. They just gave me a what is this called? Oatmeal. I'm trying to eat healthy. I'm trying to drop 10 pounds. I want to do an amateur fight. I want to do an amateur boxing match, but I want to weigh like 10 pounds less than what I do. I just want to see how it feels. It's hard, guys. It's hard, especially at my age. Anyways, land share. Same thing, similar thing. All right, we are testing areas of support to see if we can build from here to go up to the next area, which would be, for me, 77 cents. Right now it's at 63 cents, and the area of support would be at 63.14. All right, so let's see if it holds there, and if it does, then that's a good area to buy. And all these things, because today is a red day, all these prices are essentially in good areas to buy, guys, because if you do believe and buy the dip right now, then eventually it's going to come back up and you will be in the money very short in the short term. All right, you won't be in a loss too long in a bear market. I mean, in a bull market. In a bear market, yes, you could be in a loss for months and months and months and months. But now we're in a different side where if you are down a little bit, just wait. It won't take too long before you go back up. So when we do see those dips, it's an opportunity. Okay, Rio at the 1 day, same thing. The area of support is 40 cents basically, and we're at 42 cents. Let's see if we play right around there before the next leg up for them. So it seems like it's just oscillating, building a base, you know, in a new area of support for these tokens to continue to go back up. WattsPay undervalued right now, guys, to be honest with you. We are close to under 3 cents. I know I said I would buy under 3 cents, and it did get there. It almost got to my point. My buy is 0.0280, and it got to 0.0281. Just missed it. But I still have those 2 orders there. If they don't hit, fine, I will allocate that money to somewhere else. But if they do, cool. I'm well positioned in WattsPay. That's my average price, 0.0144. So I'm well positioned on all of these. My portfolio right now, even with some laggards, is in the green. It's positive, and it's just the beginning of a bull market, guys. So it's gonna be amazing. So again, WattsPay is not we lost the area of support like the other ones, right? Clearly. So maybe we do come back up. So this right now would to be is if you're not in it, right, is great buy. All right. If it goes back under 33 cents, I'd be buying all day. But for me, if it goes under 0.028 for me, I'd be buying. Fab Welt is also another one that's kind of lagging behind, right? It's not at an area of support, right? We are actually below it. We are up against resistance and resistance. Resistance today at 0.0089 and 0.0096. But Fab Welt is doing some interesting things. It's a gaming play. Gaming is going to do really, really well. Nakamoto Games, so strong, so strong. Little dip, right back up, and now it's a red day. Little dip, but we are at all-time highs. So I mean, even then, this game, I mean, this project looks so strong. I would be taking little bites out of that, even if it drops more. Put in some sell orders to see if it does drop back down to $1.28, under $1.30, guys. I don't know if we get back to $1, but I mean, even right here is probably when it's going to build a base. So just buying right here, eventually you're going to be profitable because it'll probably try to head up to 165. Right now it's at 136. All right. GFAL, same thing, building a nice little base before probably the next leg up, 0.038, not a bad price. It hasn't really come down, guys, since inception, right? Then that's rare. That's rare for a project. Not all of them do that. Most of them don't. Ooh, nice, under 1048. Had you bought this dip right here, you'd be in profit right now. See, had you bought this dip right here the last 2 days, it has gone up, but again, by the dip territory, and this is one of those where it looks like we are above this area of support, which is 874. We are building a base. Maybe if we get below $10 into the 9s and 874 again, I'd be buying definitely there, because that'll probably be held up as hold as support, and then we're gonna go back up, guys. All right. Crypto tanks. Told you it was volatile. Gave all those gains back, and we are just above our all-time lows, and it's below my average price, 0.0022. For the most part, I've always been in loss with this, and I put in more, all right, to lower my average below this area. So it's just barely below this area, but I'm happy with the position that I have. I'm like the number 10 holder, number 9 holder, or something like that. At 0.0016, I think it's a good buy. Eventually, it's gonna go up, in my opinion. Although it's very risky, but you're buying it at the lows. It's definitely worth the risk, in my opinion, because I think it's gonna go up. Look how much it can pump, just like nothing. All right, and even if it was for a short-term play, eventually it'll pump hard. You can get a quick 3 or 4x if you're watching, and then boom, get out of it. If you're not happy, go find something else. But I don't want those little gains. I want the 100x gains. All right, so that's what I'm gonna wait. Eventually, it's gonna go up because the rest of the market is gonna go up. GQ is one that I'm planning on buying. Put a little small position in because I want to have a little bit more exposure to crypto gaming. And it's given back some of these gains that it did from being in all-time lows, right? Eventually, it wants to come up here, right, at 0.0082, because if you look at the chart, it looks like it's just oscillating like big time, right? Boom, boom, went below it. And then we came back up, boom. So I mean, this was probably the floor. Maybe if we come back down closer, I'm gonna wait, have some patience to see if we do come back down, and just buy some right here and hold, because after that, up here, even from where it is right now, how much of a gain would that be? If I bought right now and it goes up to the top of this, that would be a 2x. Nothing to sneeze at. 2x. I double my money, and then from there I can decide to just get out of it, or if I like it, continue to hold, right? Eventually it will break through here and be in price discovery, and that'll be cool, right? 0.0026. Apparently it's a very good project. The team is working hard, so hopefully teams that work hard and good projects will eventually get rewarded. GQ, Galactic Quadrant. All right, interesting. Compete. Let's see what Compete looks like. All right, so it didn't get back down here, right? So that's good. So it stayed up here. I am in profits here, right? Boom. Boom. Had you bought this dip, you'd be good. Have you bought this dip, you'd be good. And now let's see if we come back down here. Maybe not even as low as here, but right now it's not at a bad price, whatever price this is currently. I'm looking at the Compete wrapped Ethereum because it doesn't have against USDT, and that's 4 zeros and a 12. All right, not a bad price, guys. All right, let's see. We're closing in on the bottom part of this what is it? This channel right here. Okay, so let's see. It's done it a lot. Been in this channel. So I mean, just buying here, waiting for it to come back down, be around here. You'll be good because eventually we will break out of this, right? This, what is it? I don't know if it's a reverse head and shoulders, but it's an interesting pattern. Once we break out of this, boom, will we be in price discovery? I think so. Yeah, we will be. Another one since inception, it's gone pretty much up, right? So it's looking good. Price discovery after that would be fantastic if you're here, right? And you'll be in losses for a little while, you know, as it come back down. But eventually you will be in winnings, and you will be winning. You'll be in profit a lot quicker than you would be in a bear market, like I've mentioned. Sinverse, and then I think we're gonna finish at that because there's a lot more to go through. All right, Sinverse looks like it's building a base right here above the 1 cent mark. Yeah, so yeah, above the 1 cent mark before moving on up. This will be the next area to try to break through. It hasn't broken through that. That's at 0.013, and right now we're at 0.010. Interesting. All right, so let's leave it at that because I've used up a lot of time. Maybe tomorrow we'll continue with the rest. There's a good bunch of more after Sinverse that I'd love to take a look at, but the video would take too long. IMGNAI, people have asked me about this one, and right now, look, it's doing the same thing at the top of this channel too. I would be nibbling definitely because again, they all look like they're building a base, and it's below the area of what it could have been of support, which is right now resistant 0.038. So let's see if we get rejected some more, how low we can go. But it's just coiling. So for that next leg up, after this, it's price discovery, guys. After this area, so I mean, right below it, lower low, lower low, lower low, lower low. So I mean, maybe it does come back down a little more. All right, so I would nibble. I don't see it going too much below 3 cents though. So I mean, I would nibble right now, and eventually it's gonna explode through. All right, that's it. Let's leave it at that for now. A bunch of projects that we could still look at. I'm gonna make a note, and then we'll do I guess a part 2 tomorrow to take a look at Happy, to take a look at Uno Re, which is one I put on your radar recently. I am already up in profits, not by much, but maybe I'll give you guys an update tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be up in more profits tomorrow. All right, guys, that's it. Hope you found some utility. If you did, please smash the likes. Please give a like, please subscribe, please leave a comment. That really helps. And I like to read the comments, all right? Plus, I like to see likes. If you can do that, it'd be great. Thank you so much, guys. Till the next time, see you tomorrow. Peace.